Hey guys, today it's Zeki from TierZero Games. And I'm bringing you a profile, something I normally wouldn't do here because I didn't get the result I wanted, but I thought it was a cool deck and I thought I would show a general idea of it. So I decided to play Superheavy Samurai at the YCQ. I went X-1 until the last round, and unfortunately losing the last round and not getting to top cut. But I think the deck is pretty cool. I think it's a decent choice before the Fire Nation attacks, so I definitely think it's worth checking out. The idea of it is that the format's so wide and it's so hard to predict it, and then you want a deck that has a turn 3, which is super heavy because of obviously like the scales, etc. And the other reason behind it is obviously there is draw in the format, there is Nibiru, there's shifters and stuff like that, but at a bare minimum, at all times, you can always make Baguska 99% of the time. And I think Baguska, this format against most decks, does a lot. Whereas something like Vanadium, however, they struggle sometimes making the Baguska or struggle making the rank 4, etc. So that was the idea behind it. So that's why I thought I would play super heavy. And obviously, it can play a lot of non-engine as well, which is always nice. Cool, so I'll get into the profile. So, the first thing you'll notice is obviously the H and Gearbox package. I don't know how I feel about this. This was only good in the theory of, this one-card combo, but I don't actually think it's maybe needed. And the amount of times I drew this and it made me really sad. I do think, shout out to I Love Beer as well, because he topped of the deck. And yeah, I think maybe the Cyflame package is probably better. The amount of times I draw this, and if it was the Gamma, it would have been insane. So I think it is. But even then, even not searching this card, sometimes you will cast you summon it and then you tribute to draw 2, which is you do if you are scared of board breakers or you're scared that your board is not going to be enough and you're relying on drawing the draw or the Nibiru, whatever it is, post side. So it's against Vanadium, for example, where they might droplets you, they might Dark Ruler you or something like that. So I'm not 100% sure if this is needed, but it's a good package to have a one-card combo. But in the real world, you don't often get that far, one, and second, you always have more than one combo card usually. Cool. I played the one Kaiji. This was just Fear of the Bestial Runic deck. They make Chaos Angel, and then there is no out for Chaos Angel, so kind of terrified. So that's why this is here. I got 2 Regulus. Sometimes obviously you have 2 ways to search this, and it comes up, and then it's not bad. It's a decent hard draw because then it allows you to play through Nibiru, Joel, stuff like that, instead of needing to go for the instant Baron that sometimes hinders your combo slightly. 1 Soul Peacemaker. This is not that good anymore, given that the Link 1 is banned. So it's just it's mid. Sometimes it's just summon this, but a lot of times you search this and Pendulum it, so it's not really that great. As a hard draw, you only search it when you need it. The 2 other one-ofs, yeah, Stealthy, just usually Barone pop your Regulus, your Soul Piercer, and then you get it to make an Appaloosa. And Scales, I was considering playing 2 of these, but every time I drew this, I really didn't like it. Going second is really good, obviously, because it's a special summon effect, but yeah, it's not a huge fan. 3 Soul Piercer, not a one-card combo anymore, sadly, but it's still one of the most incredible cards as like part of the combo. Like, so as a 2-card combo, it just makes it so good. So it just adds so much resistance to your board. And if you draw it, if you draw this plus one of your 1-card combos, you can make Baron quite early on and not lose Niv, etc. So it's one of the better extenders. And then the 9 1-card combo. So this is a 1-card combo to make Gigan and then end up searching Wakashi. The 3 Bike, obviously, and the 3 Wakashis. These are all 1-card combos. This, you'll see my extra deck without the train guy. Slightly worse, but I just didn't see the value of the train guy. If it was, the combo was marginally worse, all it was is it makes 1 less follow-up, the train does. So if interested, I can show that combo if people do want to see it. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the train, tilting and train, I think it's called. But But yeah, then Wakashi's a 1-card combo. And then in terms of like Soul Piercer, this is one of the better extenders. And this also is the one that guarantees you guarantee you a Baguska through basically every hand trap. So it's always nice. And then 2 somewhat garnetsy. Last round I drew 2 of these, which really made me sad. And I still nearly won that, which was crazy. But yeah. So that's all for the engine. For the non-engine, Fenrir. So I think I should main deck Nibiru. No, there's no Nib in the main deck, but I think I should because I didn't value how important having a random body on your board is. Because then if you have a random body, it makes Soul Piercer into a combo as well. Which comes up a lot with Fenrir, where I went Fenrir, search Fenrir, and then normal Soul Piercer made a link IP. You'll see my extra deck again. And then I started combo with Wakashi and stuff, which was really good. In terms for the hand trap, Bell, Vela, Ash, and Droll. The idea behind these hand traps is just generic. Bell can hit the wanted engine, which is always pretty decent. Vela is generic. It's just basically the replacement for Imperm in the format. Obviously, Droll is, any of the decks that you're actually scared of and you can't break, Droll kind of deals with. I'm not sure how I feel about the hand traps. They were good. I think hand traps in this format is very weird, but you have to have it at the same time. So I'm not entirely sure if it will switch up depending on what you expect. So that's it for the main deck, 40 card main deck. Next we'll go extra deck. The Ballista, for obviously the Ancient Gearbox, the Genius. One thing to note is I feel the deck you have to play a generic link to. It just has to be done, obviously, because Soul Piercer, to make it in Soul Piercer into a generic combo, you have to play a generic link too. So you can play Orsa, you can play other generic too, but I decided on IP. It came up really good. I really enjoyed IP in the deck. It just made when I already had Regulus, or I didn't need to search it, making this, and then carrying on the combo, and then into SPs, obviously, makes it really good. SP, arguably I actually didn't make SP that much. I think there's a few times I made it, which was pretty good, but in general, it wasn't. I think this deck could probably play without SP, to be honest, which means it could kind of be a budget-ish deck, so I definitely think you consider it. Appaloosa and Access Code. This was my 15th card. I didn't know how I felt this without a link free, but I felt kind of the need to play something just to make the game a bit quicker, because every deck is really good at turn 3, so that's what I thought. In general, I wanted the Access Code to clear out the board and go for kill. Geargun X, obviously 1-card combo, and you can add 18 Gearbox from graveyard and trigger it, which is always nice. Tapir, this is incredible card. It's your fallback in every situation, which is really cool. Zeus, incredible with the Sagas package. It makes you a rank 4, so you search the regulars, you make a Zeus, and you have a regular, so it just very free to have so much thingy, and then usually your regulars gives you follow-up because you got Soul Piercer, so it's very good. Yeah, I'll definitely play it. Sky Crisis ends up helping in the really simplified game states where you pseudo break the board, then you still do this, tack over something, and bounce something. Very good. I'll definitely play it. And then obviously Axel, Barone, and this. I absolutely love this card so much. It just allows your Wakashi to turn into like a random Wakashi that you have to turn into both follow-up and a interrupt. Because popping field spell, there's so many field spells in this format, and it helps you clear up boards as well. It's 28, it does damage, it's everything that you would want in a card. It's so good. So yeah, that's the extra deck. 3 Nibirus, which I think is very standard. I'll go for hand traps first. So the 4 Bestials. So this was more for like other random dark decks, and then obviously the value of this is like you can pendulum summon it, and it's level 6 with level Fortuna is a Barone. It interrupts, so there are often some matchups where you feel like your hand traps are not doing anything, and you could generically side in this, even if they're not playing a dark or light, if there's enough bad cards in your deck. And that same goes with other cards in the extra deck, which I'll show in a moment. But yeah, this covers any of like the Bestial, Runic deck, Branded, any of them sort of decks, which is pretty good. In addition to these, it's 3 more crows as well. I decided on crows because obviously there's Labyrinth now has the transaction rollback, which this can play against, which is very, very powerful. It's like a very good trade. And then obviously this covers Pearly, and then a few other matchups. And then again, generic cards against Runic. If you're really struggling for hand traps, like Vela and Droll are quite mid against Runic, so you can trade 1-for-1 with Crow with the Runic draws, which is pretty good. So that's it for the side hand traps. And then I went for 2 Pancratop. I think it's crazy not to play this. It's one of the best cards to remove back row, and it's 26 beat stick, pendulumable, like it's everything you would want in a card, really, to be honest. I wish this was at 3, because a lot of times post side, what you end up doing is you end up playing like Fenrir, big beat stick control, like Reguluses and stuff, and like Zeus, because obviously they're siding like anti spells and stuff like that against you, so to obviously stop your scales. But yeah, so Pancratops ends up coming pretty good. I played 3 Denkos. I'm not entirely sure I like this. It was more for Labyrinth the most, but it also overlaps for Rescue Ace. But if they have like Turbulence up or something, then this doesn't really do what you need it to do. But I definitely... The idea of it is because with Transaction Rollback and them discarding stuff, even if I don't draw like Wakashi with this, I'm comfortable just going normal summon Denko passing, because they can't really do anything at all. They can't summon any of the Labyrinth cards, they can't use any of the furniture cards, they can't set anything. They can normal summon the mini ladies and then do nothing, because it's less attack than a Denko. So it's almost an FTK against them. And going second, obviously no one expects this, and if you draw this plus Wakashi, then you're in a lovely situation. So that's the deck. Didn't get the result I wanted, but I thought it was a cool deck regardless. I definitely think it's something to be played before the fire decks come along and ruin it all, or who knows, maybe it'll be a fun format. Cool. Quick shout outs to obviously TierZero. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to use the discount codes. And yeah, thank you for watching the profile. Enjoy it.